Hello and welcome back to another segment on Karl Rahner, Gebet des Lebens, the prayers of life. And we're reading the text, which is the introduction to this work by Karl Lehmann. And you see on the screen here, Karl Rahner to the left, obviously, and his wife Louise in an interesting portrait there. And then here's another picture of on the cover of one of his books. And this is the text we're going to look at today. Okay, so I'll read the text out loud to get a sense of the sound and the flow of the sentences, and then I'll ask Nathan specific questions to unpack the grammar. And as I do so, try to imagine in your mind also what the answers would be so we can work together to unfold the meaning of these sentences. Nathan, you all set?
Hi there, I'm all set.
Okay, all right. Nathan, by the way, as I mentioned in the first section, is the production manager for this whole series, and it's an honor to have him take part in the presentation itself. So we really thank you for all that you've done. Okay, here we go. Karl Rahner gehört mit anderen Theologen zu den Pionieren, die sich mit der Lebensfremdheit der überlieferten Theologie nicht zufrieden gaben. Okay, so up to the comma here, let's see if you can see this mark. Where is the verb? Pretty straightforward.
Gehört.
Gehört, so it means belongs. It always takes the dative. Karan is obviously the subject. Belongs with, among, or with other theologians. Zu means to, but also means among, and that's what fits nicely here. With other theologians, among the pioneers, die going on, die sich mit der Lebensfremdheit der überlieferten Theologie nicht zufrieden gaben. Okay, in this subordinate clause, where's the verb complex?
So is it going to be sich zufrieden gaben?
Yeah, zufrieden is not directly part of the verb complex, but it's just sich gaben.
Just sich gaben.
But it completes the meaning, and it's very important. And oftentimes you have adverbs that occur right before the verb at the end, which complete the meaning. So who gave themselves not content, or who were not content with something, which you find right here. Okay, let's see. And then this is a genitive here of the überlieferten. Remember, we had this word before, and it means liefern means to deliver. So überliefern is to pass down or to hand on or transmit. Okay, who were not content with and this is a sort of a funny word. This means strangeness to life of the transmitted theology, which we can actually leave it that way, because the idea is that the transmitted theology that Rahner was criticizing, and these pioneers at the time were thinking that the transmitted theology that they received was not kind or easy to accept or to understand. We're a little bit strange to life is the idea. Okay, going on. Trotz der äußeren Nähe, right here, in Innsbruck schloss sich nicht mit den Bemühungen seiner Ordnungsgenossen eine Verkündigungstheologie an. Okay, a long sentence, but let's see, where is the verb complex?
It's going to be schloss sich an.
Great, fantastic. Schloss is a past tense from schließen. Is that a strong verb or a weak verb with a vowel change?
It's
You're right. It's a strong verb. Okay. So any verbs that have a vowel change are termed strong verbs because they change. And so schließen, schloss, geschlossen would be the three principal parts. And so an an, but this means to close by itself. But anschließen is to connect, to close a contract with somebody, or to connect or to associate himself with someone. Okay, so despite takes the genitive, so despite the external proximity in Innsbruck, he did not associate himself. He was a schloss sich nicht an, including the nicht here. And then what case do you expect after that, Nathan?
Is it the dative case?
Yeah, with something. You don't want to associate yourself with someone. So here you have, remember the dative case in German doesn't really need the preposition which our English ear wants to note it or hear. So you just have den Bemühungen. So did not associate himself with. You have to supply the efforts, and then here you have a genitive plural of his associates of the order, or yeah, associates of his order. Um, and then just means with regard to a, or concerning a. And then you have another long compound noun, which is good to divide, theology of proclamation. These two words connect with an S, which is typically the case if these two words end with a consonant and begin with a consonant. Okay, so let's see. Why don't you go from trotz, despite, and then just translate that sentence for us slowly so we can sort of piece it together again, everybody.
Sure. Despite the external proximity in Innsbruck, he did not concur with the endeavors of the colleagues of his order with regard to a theology of proclamation.
Okay. What was the word used for schloss sich did not concur, which is right, which did not associate with, did not concur, did not agree with, which is fine. Very good. Okay, going on. Von seiner philosophischen Begabung her, let's see, where, let's see, wollte sich nicht mit dieser Bankrotterklärung, etc. Let's see. Where in this long sentence, where's the whole verb complex, Nathan?
Is it wollte sich abfinden?
Good. Yeah. So, and subject would be?
It would be Begabund.
Well, no, right here,
Oh,
it's singular. So he
the
wanted
other one is
not
different.
to he did not want to come to an agreement. So he did not want to, but starting the first sentence here, von seiner philosophischen Begabung her. So from the perspective, when you have her, which means the place from which, always as an adverb. So from the perspective of his philosophical talent, Begabung, he wanted not to. He did not want to come to an agreement. Um, he did not want to come to an agreement with Abfinden, with this bankrupt explanation, here a compound noun, of the intellectual power of a believing reason. A little bit complicated. Do you want to just do those last two sentences again?
Sure. Owing to his philosophical aptitude, he did not want to come to an agreement with this bankrupt explanation of the intellectual power of a believing reason.
Good. Great. Okay. Well, thanks so much for tuning in, and see you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.